ordinary citizens in India have used the Right to Information Act to demand government accountability. But if you file a complaint in Telangana Information Commission today, your children might get that information in 2054. Yes, 29 years. The latest report from Satark Nagrik Sangathan shows that Telangana's SIC would need 29 years and 2 months to dispose of a complaint or appeal. Tripura 23 years, Chhattisgarh 11 years, Madhya Pradesh and Punjab 7 each, and 18 other commissions will take at least a year. The result? More than 4 lakh appeals rotting in 29 commissions. I work as a journalist intern in a media organization, and it is an essential part of my job to file these RTIs as a researcher. So I know how tiring this whole process is. In January 2025, I filed an RTI with SP Saurabh Dixit in Firozabad for FIR details regarding a case. I was denied this information because the details were too vast and voluminous. But that is not a valid excuse. I appealed, complained, and attended hearings. In July 2025, the judge ordered the PIO to provide the information within 15 days. 15 days passed and I received nothing. In the next hearing, the judge said, "You will get it in 4 to 5 days." Still nothing. Despite the repeated and blatant disregard for judge's order and repeated warnings for penalties, the PIO still refused to provide the information, instead closing the complaint as finalized. I filed yet another appeal. The following appeal hearing was postponed. At the next hearing, I waited for 3 hours only to be told that it has been postponed once again for another 2 months. By the next hearing, it will be more than a year, and several hearings past the final due date. And no penalties has been levied against the PIO and FAA for their repeated delays and repeated failures to comply with the judge's order. This just proves that penalties means nothing if they are never applied. So why these endless delays and a large backlog of complaints and appeals? Well, there are mainly 2 reasons: vacant posts and commissioners who move slower than slots. 6 commissions were completely non-functional this year. 3 had no chief at all. The Central Information Commission has been headless since September 2025. This is the 7th time in 11 years that the commission is functioning without a chief. Retirement dates are known years in advance, yet the appointment is never made on time by the government. The Supreme Court itself has admitted that the RTI Act is becoming a dead letter. So what do they do to reduce this backlog? Well, they return your complaints and appeals. In 2023, the CIC returned 38% of the complaints and appeals. "95% of the cases which were returned to the applicants were not resubmitted by them to the CIC. Why? Because most applicants are poor rural citizens chasing rations and pensions. They don't have lawyers. One rejection letter and they give up. The commissions know this and they exploit it.
Rejection? No problem. My lawyer will handle it. We give up. It's too hard.
As in the case I am investigating, even when the judges threaten penalties multiple times, nothing happens. Penalties were imposed in just 1.2% cases this year. The message to public authorities is very clear. Break the law, nothing will happen. In fact, commissions appear reluctant to even ask the PIOs their justification for not complying with the law. And this has happened with me on multiple occasions. And now with the enactment of Digital Personal Data Protection Act, the government has a brand new excuse: privacy. Journalists who rely on records to expose corruption can be stonewalled. Under this act, authorities can deny such information on the grounds of protecting privacy, even when disclosure serves the public interest.
And the amendment is basically to say that under section 81J, now nobody can access any personal information. This is a huge blow, because if we see the Right to Information Act that was passed in 2005 has really empowered people, has empowered citizens to be able to fight corruption, to be able to fight abuse of power and human rights violations.
If you want to name the minister who made few hundred crores disappear, I've got you. Step 1. Ask for the written consent from the minister. Step 2. Get laughed at and threatened. Step 3. If you publish anyway, enjoy your 250 crores starter fine, which can be upgraded to 500 crores later. As another example, I filed this RTI seeking information regarding the tenure, postings, transfer, and official contact details of the Upper Superintendent of Police Rural Firozabad due to questions regarding his signatures on multiple complaint records. Yet the PIO rejected everything under the section 81J, calling it personal information. Postings, transfer details, official contact details are considered public records. This resulted in blanket denial even before DPDP Act came into force.
Did you know nearly 70% of RTI requests ask for info that should already be public? Section 4 says government authorities must publish essential information openly. There should be no need to ask. When public organizations refuse to publish their information, they get overwhelmed by RTI requests, which their PIO has to deal with. Citizens are forced to file for what should be free, slowing everything down. Hiding information from the public breaks trust and makes it hard to hold the government accountable. When we have proactive disclosure, everybody wins. We get more trust, accountability, and less stress on the RTI system.
Now it's law. So who decides what's personal and what's in public interest? Apparently, not the law, but whoever official feels like shutting you out. This amendment promotes corruption and decimates transparency and accountability. The real need to protect citizens from data breaches and cyber fraud has not been addressed. The focus is on controlling what information reaches people. There is no journalistic exemption, unlike in almost every other country. In short, if you can't name a thief, there is no theft. If there is no theft, the government is always clean. And if the government is clean, well, who needs journalism anyway? Back in 2005, the RTI Act was passed to help common people, especially the poor and underprivileged. One small application and every officer has to answer. Today, 20 years later, that power is being snatched from our hands. Empty chairs in commissions, hearings postponed for years, penalties imposed but never enforced, and now this new DPDP privacy excuse. Everything is being used to kill the RTI. A widow's pension file will wait 7 years. A farmer in Telangana will wait 29 years when he might not even be alive. This fight is not mine or yours. This fight is of every parent who wants to know why their child does not have a teacher. Every laborer who is waiting for his ration card. Every citizen who wants to know the truth. If we stay quiet now, if we get tired, we will lose our basic right to ask questions. As long as we keep asking, nobody can silence us. Share this video. See you in the next one.